Hey guys, I am back. I'm here. I made it. Yay. So, as a lot of you know, the day before Christmas, I was out of it with a tooth issue. And here's the thing, so many of you sent me well wishes, love, light, etc. So here's the thing. Here's a very important thing. I woke up Christmas Day, I had no pain, none whatsoever. I was still a little weak, but the pain zilch. And it was to the point where I literally forgot to take a ibuprofen because that's what I had been taking for days, round the clock. And so I woke up Christmas Day, had a wonderful Christmas, enjoyed myself, a little tired, but still nothing like it was before. So here's the thing. I want to send a heartfelt thank you to all of you who intentionally sent me good vibes, love, light, etc. Now, many of you asked since I put out, especially my first book, my near death experience from A to Z. You guys had asked me, does prayer work? And I had that in there, but I explain it more in the next one. And the reason is because anytime that you send good intentions, good intentions are good energy. Okay. And so I want you to imagine this. There's a train, right? Coming down the tracks. Okay. You're standing at a station, right? And that train, we're going to say it's symbolic of your good intentions, your love, your light, etc., right? So that train is coming down the tracks. If I choose to get on that train at my stop, I can ride that love, light, good intentions, etc., right? Okay? You got that image? I can choose to get on the train or I can choose to let it pass me by. Okay? That's basically how sending someone good intentions, love, light, a prayer, whatever you want to call it, works. Okay? If you pick up on the energy, it can help. All right? If you're receptive to the energy, it helps. Okay? It can put you in a different frame of mind. You can use that love, that energetic form of love and light to buoy your attitude, to propel you out of depression, to open you up to the answer of something that you have a question about. It can do all sorts of things. Okay. So that is a shortened answer to, does prayer work? Does sending love and light work? Yes, absolutely. Okay. Just remember that train. I can hop on the train or I can stay off of it. All right. But again, thank you all. I appreciate it. Obviously, you meant it. Okay. And I was such in a buoy, great, good mood that I was like, wow, okay. I was still, like I said, a little weak physically, but the pain gone. I did not have to take one pain pill at all yesterday. This is December 26th. Okay. So think about the next time um, you want to send someone love, a prayer, or whatever. You want to help someone, right? You can do it. Now, sometimes we got to step in and do physical, practical stuff to help someone. Absolutely. And if we're guided to do that, do it. Okay. Sometimes you can't reach people that way. Sometimes there's physically nothing you can do for a person. So the only thing to do is to send them that love, that light, that whatever, whatever intention comes from you. Okay. All right. So, um, I wanted to say that and how much I appreciate that immensely. And I told you guys, I told you 90% of you that have come to my channel are some of the kindest, most beautiful souls that I have ever encountered. Some of you are unbelievable, literally unbelievable. You're you're beacons of light. Really, keep that up. Um, so here's something else I wanted to talk about. A lot of people are talking about, you know, these orbs, these drones, these anomalies that we're experiencing. Okay, something you guys have to remember, and this is what I saw during my near-death experience. Our laws of physics here are basically only applicable to this world, our earth. Okay, laws of physics are different throughout the universe. Okay, um and that's something that a lot of people have to understand. So when these beings come here, okay, they don't need to abide by our so-called laws of physics here, because they know how to manipulate not only our laws of physics, but they know how to bring their own, shall we say. And I'm not a scientist, so forgive me for explaining stuff in the dumbest possible way. And I'm sure there's probably some scientific people that may listen to me sometime and be like, really? And I don't blame you. Like, I seriously don't blame you. I sound like an idiot to myself sometimes when I'm trying to explain the fantastic stuff I saw. And I said it in my first book. I said, as a matter of fact, I gave a formula in that first book, and so many and I told you guys in the book, I'm like, look, I'm giving you this formula, but I can offer nothing in regards to it because I don't have a scientific bent to my mind. I can read a person, I can read a room, I can read a lot of stuff. Um, but that scientific part, that's not it. So forgive me. But anyway, for explaining stuff in the dumbest down terms ever, right? Ever. Like my grandchild, my 9-year old, she could probably say things better than me. But anyway, so when these beings come here, okay, in their whatever they're coming in, their ships or interdimensional, they're operating with a totally different set of physics. That much I do know. Okay. There are different laws of physics that apply to different worlds. Okay. And here's another thing. We don't even understand fully our laws of physics here, okay? But a lot of these advanced beings do. And they not only know our laws of physics, but they know them completely, the full spectrum of them, okay? So they know how to manipulate them and to work in harmony with them. And that is why they're able to do some things that are inexplicable to us. And to them, they're like, just basically sort of like brushing our teeth to us. It's just like very basic stuff to them. But to us, it's like, whoa. So I'm saying that to say, leading into the fact that um, a lot of people have questioned like my orb videos or just in general when I was talking about the aliens and extraterrestrials, and they're trying to explain it in terms that they can understand and comprehend. But here's the thing, like I said, you may not be able to comprehend what's going on now because these beings operate at different levels of understanding that we have. Okay, so maybe you can accept that as a tilt towards slightly being a little bit more open mind. Not everything is going to be explainable. And like I said, we don't have all the answers here, okay, even for our own laws of physics. So, and I've seen worlds where I couldn't even explain the physics to you. Okay, like when I was taken to the, for a lack of a better term, water world, right? There were creatures in there that were totally living underwater, but they were almost humanoid, right? And they had they had um, dwellings, not only dwellings, but these building type of things that I can hardly describe their makeup. Okay, they were like a organic type of material that wouldn't be possible here on Earth. Okay, and I talk about all that in the first book and in the second book. But so let's uh, let's try like a little open mindedness, maybe, and let's take that leap that there's much more out there than we know and can comprehend. Okay. And then, and I'm bouncing around a little here, and I'm really sorry about that. So, as many of you know, so many astrologers, psychics, mediums got the election or seemingly got the election wrong, right? So, um, and it looks like, hey, Trump is going to be in, etc. So I have remained mostly quiet on it because I was told to sit back and allow things to unfold. So I want to get into that just a little bit. So something that I was shown during my near-death experience um, was the fact that there are different energy, I call them streams, that are set up, okay, individually and also collectively, affecting this world, this incarnation, this particular earthly dimension, right? So follow me along here. So there's different paths certain things can take in our own lives and, like I said, collectively. Okay. So a lot of us picked up on Kamala winning, and that was one of the paths. Another of the paths was Trump winning. There was actually other paths. Okay. But we'll just talk about those two for now. So, okay, collectively, it is seeming that Trump was chosen, right? But here's the thing. Here's the thing. The end point of a situation that is supposed to unfold karmically, okay, whether it's in our lives or collectively, okay, it will be the end point, right? Wish I had something to show you. But anyway, okay, so you have let's say for instance, you have a piece of paper with a dot here and a dot here. Okay, this is the end point. This is the beginning, or I'll do the different. This is the beginning. This is the end point. Okay, so I was also shown that we're given several different ways to get to the so-called endpoint, right? We can choose the simple way, the difficult way, or the hard way. And I've used this analogy dozens of times, dozens, and I'm going to keep using it because it was shown to me. So, say for instance, the destination is California, right? And I'm in New York, and I need to get to California. That's the karmic endpoint. That's the destination point, right? I can go from New York, I can drive, which is a bit longer, okay, and riddled with, a bit more obstacles. I can drive there. Takes a long ways, takes a long time, plenty of stops, blah, blah, blah. Okay. I can take a train, slightly easier, but still, cumbersome. Takes a long time, but slightly easier than driving, right? Or I can fly. Boop, boop. What, 4 or 5 hours, and I'm there. Easy. Okay. But no matter which way I choose, I'm going to get to the end point. Okay. All right. So this country seemingly has chosen the more difficult spot, the more difficult path of getting to the end point. Okay. Neither Trump, his minions, or anyone can change the end point that the universe has set for our collective path. No one can change that endpoint, no matter what he thinks he's going to do, or EM thinks he's going to do, or Vance thinks they're going to. Whatever the endpoint is to be, it will be. One of the things, and to all those who have read my books, you know that the very last thing, one of the very last things my spiritual companion told me, and I've never forgotten this in all the years since it happened. Don't worry about making mistakes, because your mistakes will eventually merge into what is to be. Think about that. And that was straight from the horse's mouth. Said I was going to make mistakes, and it would merge. No matter what mistakes I made, somehow it would merge into what was to be. Okay. So I personally still see a lot of drama unfolding before that inauguration date. Still a lot of drama. What specifically, all the drama, I don't know. I don't think anybody knows. Okay. But one thing I am confident of, whatever love has in store, okay, for our collective experience, no one and nothing can stop that. No one. And so when I said quite a few videos ago, we just have to let love unfold and do her thing. That's what I meant. Let love unfold and work her beauty, work her magic, whatever you want to say. Let her do her thing. Okay. And that, I know so many of us in our hearts are like heartbroken, um, torn apart, dreading the worst, etc. Okay. But remember, there is an endpoint of where we are supposed to be. And it seems like we chose the very difficult way to get there, right? But no one, including us or them or him or whoever, can stop that endpoint, can change that endpoint. Love will get us to where we need to be. Okay. And in some cases, or in this particular case, I have a real sense that by the time all of this plays out, the MAGA thought will be destroyed, the MAGA way will be repulsive to the masses. And maybe we had to go this route to be repulsed by it. Now you say, well, what about us that have been repulsed by it? Yeah, I know. But who knows how love has to work to get us to that point that we need to be, right? And here's another thing, something that I've told you guys before. Every soul has an agenda of when they put their spiritual form into an incarnation, such as me, such as you, okay? Every soul has an agenda. That soul is just as omnipotent as the next soul and as the infinite source of all. So here's the thing, okay? If there is something that individually we don't need to suffer from, our soul is not going to put us in the situation to suffer from it. That's just a fact. How many times have you heard um, someone escaping from something that they shouldn't have escaped from? Plenty of times. And the reason is because their soul deemed that it wasn't necessary that they experience any hardship. So they didn't. That goes all the time. That's applicable all the time. Okay. So for those that truly don't need to suffer by what's going on, we won't. If our soul deems it really not necessary, it's just not going to happen. We're not going to be affected by certain things, period. And if we are affected by certain things that come up, then we needed to experience them for some reason. It's sort of like the plane crash that unfortunately kills everybody but like two or three people. The soul said, nope, not their time to go. Mm-mm, not in this incarnation. And it's just that they didn't. That's just that. Okay. So, um, that is my thoughts because people keep asking. And like I said, I haven't remained quiet just for nothing. I've been told just to lay low, um, and just allow things to unfold. Okay. But I have a great sense that, like I said, by the time all of this is said and done, we are going to be so far from the MAGA influence. It needs to be basically destroyed. It's an extremely negative um, influence that needs to be destroyed. Here's another universal law. And I've said this in both of my books because it's something that I saw and experienced. The universe's vibes, the spiritual world, the spiritual realm, whatever you want to call it, is completely balanced and null, right? Perfect balance, perfectly harmonious. So anything that sways too much in one way, the universe will snap you back, period. Even if you think you're just being good, 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 the universe will snap. Something will happen to make you, believe it or not, going too far in the negative, you get smacked back. It's a perfect balance, perfect, harmonious balance. The MAGA ideology, or whatever you want to call it, cult, has swung too far. It will be snapped back some kind of way. And maybe through events unfolding, it will, no, not maybe, it will be snapped back. Okay. And the universe has a brilliant way always of teaching lessons and things that it needs us to get, but individually. Because it's no one size shoe fits all, right? It's just not. That's just not the way things work. So I feel like I've been rambling a little bit, so I'm going to kind of speed up. I just wanted to talk about a few questions that I got. One of them was someone asked me, is lying wrong? Believe it or not, the universe, like I've said, it depends on it. It goes by your intentions. So if you lie to hurt someone, deceive someone, just to be mean spirited, whatever, yeah, that's not right. And there's a karmic boomerang effect on that. But say, for instance, excuse me, someone asks you something, and if you answer honestly, it will hurt and crush them. So you kind of schmooze the truth a little in sincere kindness, not to hurt them. That's not a karmic debt. Okay. Your intention was good, loving. All right. So that should answer that question. The next question someone asked, do I see 3 days of darkness coming? I'm not sure why that was asked. Um, I don't know if it's biblical. I'm not much on the Bible, to be honest with you. But if that's a biblical thing, and I'm sure you guys will tell me if it is or if it's something else that whatever. So I don't see a period of 3 days of total darkness coming, but I do see a period of time where um, large portions will be without power. And I'm not talking just in the United States. I'm talking, uh, it would be, could be like spread to different countries, like maybe Germany and France may experience some outage, or parts of the United States and Canada may experience some outage. But like a worldwide, I don't see that. No, I don't. Mm-mm, I don't. Um, and I wanted to give a quick predictions recap. I've told you guys that Trump will not get his way. Um, Neither will Elon Musk. It seems like I told you, the enemy of my enemy is going to be my friend. And Republicans don't seem to be like they're going to fall in line. Some of them, it seems like they're going to be a little defiant, and something's going to overtake them in how they rule or govern or try to govern on things. They're not, it's almost like they're going to have some kind of influence, um, some type of divine type of influence, and they're not going to know what hit them, but they they went against Trump and Elon for the funding bill, right? So that's one example of what I told you guys. So, and I see more of that. I just see more of that. A few other things that I got that I just wanted to say. I have been seeing a very tall silver skyscraper, and it keeps coming to me, and I'm not sure. I haven't been given specific details about that. I'm not sure. So I wanted to put that out there. And let's see what unfolds with that. I told you guys about Watch Argentina, and I still want you guys to watch out for Argentina. But something just came out in the news yesterday that Argentina's economy is really growing in a positive way. So that's a great good thing, because they had been doing not so good. And another thing, there have been an increase of orb sightings down there, and there was one report of a huge ship, but I want to confirm that before I really, really put that out there. But let's keep watching Argentina. Excuse me. That second major stock market crash now is coming. So when it does come, I would suggest, or rather, even suggest now, you guys start being a little more conservative with your investments, because I feel that's for coming really soon. I already told you about the first one, um, and that came to pass. So, and I said there would be two. Once the first one happened, don't panic or anything. But once the second one comes, it's not going to be good. And I think that second one is coming. So just kind of be a little conservative, back off some of your money, etc. Oh, something interesting I saw was, I think that this coming up pretty soon, I think that the charade of the Trump Melania marriage, it just will be, we'll know the complete truth about it. I don't even think there's going to be any faking anymore. I think either she's going to be caught with being with someone, and it's just going to come out. But I just see that the charade will be over. It's it just won't be maintained anymore. Um, and let's see, skyscraper. Oh, last thing I wanted to say, I I don't follow him. I don't even I've been off Twitter. Haven't been on Twitter at all. So I don't know what the one that owns Twitter, EM, talks about, says, or whatever, and I'm not interested at all. But I saw very clearly him saying that he is planning himself on going out to space. Um, so look for that kind of announcement coming soon. I think he's going to grow bored with politics, and not only that, but it's just going to be too much out. They're going to be on the outs, and like I said, I think that all of those people that I saw in that airplane picture, um, I told you guys about it. Just like all of them just crashing down. Well, he was one of those that in the background that's just don't see him. He's just not. Eventually, that's just going to unravel somehow. So, but I do see him making an announcement, wanting to go out in space. He's still very sick. Like I said, I don't even think he knows it yet, but by the spring, I'm thinking definitely before the summer, we'll all know it for sure. So that's pretty much it. So thanks, guys. I'm going to end this because I don't like, I can just hear the snores now. Just kidding. But love to you all, um, sincerely. And just take care, everyone. And thank you. Thank you.